Joe, we've talked about this with a few other guys, but obviously there's going to be no crowds for these playoff games. And so, how do you think that's going to affect you as someone who's just obviously the best with the crowds?
Um, my experience this year with the fans kind of changed the way I see the game. Um, so I'm used to. I didn't really get into it this year. Like JJ just did, just putting your hands up and getting them hype and all that stuff. Always play to the crowd. I didn't do that as much this year because there was a lot going on. Like from last summer to going into the season and not being myself, not dominating as I usually do. Like there was just no passion. So I just played without it. And I think I got used to. And then finally when I decided to react it because, they booed me and that I shushed them and they got mad. So um, that was a game changer. I have a lot of love for the fans in Philly. That's just passion. They understand me. Our relationship is different. I love them. They love me. They understand me. They know what I'm about. I know what they're about. I know what they want. They just want to win. They just want a winner and they just want a championship. And you just got to play hard and, push yourself, always give it 100%. So, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was really the first year for you personally where you experienced some backlash from the
Oh,
Philly
yeah.
fans, and
That was
because
the
you
first
you had not been booed before.
ever. Never, never.
Yeah.
It was the first time.
But you've seen obviously over the years your
Oh, yeah.
teammates get booed.
I saw. This is crazy. So, Rob Covington, it
Robert
was
Covington, yeah.
it was here actually a couple of days ago, and we were talking about it. You talking about a guy literally every single game he was getting booed, booed after every missed shot, boo, boo. Like he misses, and then the dude just kept shooting and shooting and shooting. He didn't care. I was just like, this dude is crazy. Like if you get booed, it's like there's two type of people. Like if you get booed, you either gonna stop shooting, and there's other people that just gonna be like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna keep shooting. If I make one, cool, or whatever. And that was one guy that was getting booed, and then this year I finally experienced it, and I played off of it. I loved it because I was like, that's where I think my season changed. That's why it made me go back to myself because if you go back to the games after, that's why I was like, okay, Joel, like you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like you gotta go back to that Joel from last year. Like you gotta do like JJ's not here anymore. Like you gotta play with whatever you have. Like you gotta use whatever you have instead of always thinking about the past. And I get booed, and then I react, and then I shush him, and I started playing, uh, like going back to myself after that. And I think that was a game changer, like because I know that they understand me and they want more. Like they think I can be better. So the way I saw it was like Joel, you're not doing good. Like you gotta go back to yourself. Like you're not playing, you're not giving your all. You're not playing 100%. You just going through the motion. Like you just gotta go back to being yourself.
I think there's a risk in you admitting, by the way, that you started playing better after they booed you.
Yeah.
So, like for a parent, you have to parent your kids differently.
So they're gonna keep
For
they
for for a coach, for a coach, you have to coach your players differently. Each play, you have to figure out what makes them tick. Philly fans don't give a fuck. They're just gonna boo everybody.
but I'm saying it's okay to boo. That's fine. I can take it. But when the player actually reacts to it, because when I shush them, they went crazy, like Joel, this and that. I'm like, well, if you this year, you got to be able to take it too. So like that, it goes both ways. So, but then again, if you, it's okay to boo, but like when you boo because someone missed one shot or 3 shots, it happens. Like sometimes you make shots, sometimes you have a bad night. Like you can't just boo because someone just missed 2 shots, after scoring 20 points or whatever. Like it just doesn't make sense. But that's where Philly fans, like, they're passionate, they love the game, they study it, they follow it. But then again, I feel like sometimes they just do it just because like that's their reputation, and they just do it just because they want to.
I don't know if you remember this. We lost game 1 against Brooklyn last year.
Yes.
And I fouled out with 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to go and got booed as I was walking off the court. And there was scattered boos earlier in the season. I think I hit a shooting slump in March, and I was like, whatever, who cares? But like, I got booed off the floor as I'm walking off the floor. And in some ways, I had the same reaction as you. I was terrible defensively that night. I wasn't very involved in the offense.
We were all bad.
We were all bad, but I took it very personal. It was a low point. It was a low point. It crushed me. It was humiliating. And I remember going into game 2 like, I'm going to hoop this game. Like there's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm going to be on point in all my rotations. Whatever my coverages are, I'm going to be on point. I'm going to make shots. I'm going to be aggressive. Like I'm having a great game. I'm not reliving that fucking moment.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But then again, like you have some other guys that are just like weak-minded. Like they might take it as a shot to them. Like, oh, they're booing me after everything I've done for them. Like I'm out of here. Like this and that. Like, but some guys I just like that's what motivates them. Like they need it sometimes. Like you said, like the way you saw was that you understand that. You weren't good. You had to do better, and that's the way I saw it too.